Hello everyone. I hope you are well and happy Women's Day. I think that women are wonderful human beings, but I think that we are just as good as men, and I think that man shouldn't be downgraded either. So I think that especially for myself, I think that it's all about celebrating men and women equally. That's what I believe in. But today I'm thinking, I read an article and I really wanted to share this with you guys because it just made me think of why we overcomplicate things. And basically the article was about Volvo, the car maker, who has announced that they are going to make cars that are going to, the maximum speed is going to be 112 miles per hour. And it's because of all the traffic and all the accidents and etc. And that made me think, why no other car company ever thought of, make the cars limit the speed limit to 112 miles. You don't need to go with 160 miles. And that would be awesome. Now, you might agree, you might disagree, but I think that it's all about the perspective. Look at big cities, London, New York, etc. There is no way you can go with 100 miles per hour inside the city, right? Most of the times, you're lucky if you can go with, 30 miles per hour. And so whether your car is able to do 160 miles per hour, well, let's be honest, you hardly have a chance to actually try that. Just think about all the speed cameras and all those things. So, yes, why wouldn't the car makers would restrict their speed limit to a different one? And I think that's a key thing. Because realistically, yes, you are not going to use your car to your maximum speed. Yeah, give me a thumbs up if you agree with me, because and I'm not saying that every car maker should do that, but I think that there are racing cars. Yeah, that's a different thing, but everyday cars that we are using on the road, I think that should be limited, because simply you're just not using it. And it will be much easier to drive as well. And reading this article, and mostly agree with everything that they have said there, I was thinking okay, but that's so simple, right? Just think of it. We have the world has this speeding problem, that people are speeding on motorways, and then they have to install, I don't know about other countries, I know a lot about UK and Hungary as well, that they spend so much money on speed cameras, and then eventually they run out of the films and they can't take the photos that they should, it's a problem, etc. And I was thinking that, Volvo just came up with a very simple idea that, okay, I'm going to limit the speed, and it's going to give you a result that, people are not going to go with 113 or above miles per hour. And then I thought that, it's such a simple solution. And people just will tend to overcomplicate things. And that's so true in our personal life. It's so true in our business life as well. We don't take things simple. It's very easy. I'll give you another example. Can you introduce yourself and what you are doing in simple terms that no matter who you are saying it to, they would know exactly what you are doing? Most people cannot do that. And I've been to so many business conferences where this is still an issue for adult people, because they are unable to say. They have all these fancy names of it's very interesting. I read another article about what's her name, Kylie Jenner, who is the self-made billionaire, and Piers Morgan was writing that she has a wonderful title, but what does it mean actually? And you think of it that what does it actually mean? It's like socialite. Like, what is a socialite? Can you explain? It's a fancy term. I know it's a fancy term. It's, some of you will disagree with me. I'm just sharing my view, but it's kind of like, okay, you have a fancy name of what you are doing, but I still don't know what you do. You still cannot explain to me in a very simple way that what you are actually doing. Like, I write articles to, I don't know, business magazine, for example, and I know exactly what you are doing, right? I like that there is this lady in America, and Billy, absolutely, just keep it simple. There is this lady who calls herself Dr. Pimple Popper, and I know exactly what she does. I know she's pressing pimples, one way or the other, but I know what she's doing, and she's a doctor. It's simple, it's bang on. I heard someone who said that I'm a brand builder. I know what that person is doing. That person is building brand. But why we overcomplicate things? And it's not just business. It's in our personal life as well. Sometimes instead of saying that, well, no, I actually don't like this, or don't go this way to explain things. How many times have you ever, it happens with me when people are trying to explain something and then they're going this way, and I'm like, just say it simple. Say it in 1, 2, or fewer words. Because sometimes fewer words, in fact, helps you to communicate anything that you do. And I think that sometimes very simple solutions are going to bring you enormous effect. And that's what the Volvo article has opened my eyes, that no any other car company has thought of actually restricting the speeds in their cars. And just think it through, that nobody's going to go with 180 miles per hour. There are some crazy ones. I'm not saying that there isn't. There are some crazy ones, but excuse me. But most people don't do that, right? They don't have the opportunity, especially that if you are living in a big metropolitan city, there is no way you would be able to do that. So I think, and I hope you agree with me, that sometimes when there is a problem, try to find a solution which is simple, because the simpler it is, the more boom is going to have, the biggest effect is going to have on the world. And I'm just reading the comments here. I agree, Willie, that get your intro down to 12 words or less. Absolutely. I mean, the less that you are using, the better it is. Reading it is a concern of what other things. A lot of people feel they need to exaggerate positions, or for for others' benefit, not themselves. Yeah, absolutely. I think that these are the key things that you need to remember. And I think that it's very interesting, right, that I was reading an article about a car, but it actually opened my eyes about other things as well. And I think that that's what you should be doing as well. And when you read something, this is a completely different industry, but I'm able to get the idea and implement it of what I'm doing. Like, okay, as a business coach, I'm teaching, I'm showing things to other people as well. And I think it's very, very important to, when you have an idea and you have a solution for something, the simpler it is, probably the better. So I hope that you have an amazing day. It was great that you have been here with me. Give me a thumbs up if you think that it was very, very useful. Then share it on your wall. That would be also cool. And I will be back very, very soon. Take care. Bye.